welcome. This is Cheryl, aka Artsy Island Girl for the Love from Lizzie design team. I'm going to work today with the To the Moon and Back kit. This is actually a kit from January 2023. There is so much good stuff in this kit. I'm going to be creating 3 cards, but there is so much left over. You can make many cards with one kit. There is this beautiful 6x6 paper pack. They're one-sided printed papers that have some gorgeous prints on them, as well as beautiful die cuts, some solid cardstocks that work well with the printed paper colors, an embellishment pack, a stamp set, some stickers that have some nice large scale sentiments to them, as well as some heart peel off stickers in a few different sizes. I have everything prepped to create 3 cards here, and I'm using mostly the kit, but there are a couple add-on pieces. This doily die here is not part of the kit. It is an add-on from the Love from Lizzie website, but I just thought it would be perfect to go behind the little moon that has the people there. Now, the thing I love about the die cut pack is there are many different skin tone choices as well as hair color choices, and those die cuts are all in different scales as well. So you can pick and choose which are going to work best for the cards that you're going to create. I'm starting with the stamp set. I'm going to stamp and emboss one of the sentiments onto the printed paper here. And anytime I use a clear stamp set, I use a white eraser on the stamping surface the very first time to remove any possible manufacturing residue. It just helps that stamp take ink a little bit better. I'm also using my Misty stamping tool so that I can position that stamp and stamp it a couple times, knowing it's going to go in exactly the same spot. Now, I am stamping and embossing right on the printed paper here, but if you wanted it to be a little bit more prominent, you could stamp it onto one of the solid cardstocks in the kit and then trim it down and put it on top of the printed papers. I wanted my focus to stay on the doily with my die cuts on top of it, so I kept it a little bit subtle. However, because I'm heat embossing that sentiment with some gold embossing powder, it's still visible on top of that printed paper. Now, I have that printed paper that's trimmed down to 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. I'm going to use another printed paper from that pack to mat around it, and that is trimmed to 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. I'm using white card bases for all 3 of my cards, but you certainly could use some of the solid cardstock in the card kit to create your card bases. I have my doily die cut out of the white cardstock from the pack, and just to give it a little bit of color, I'm using a gold ink pad just to dust a little bit of gold ink around the edges. I'm not making the whole thing gold. In these printed papers, there's some really pretty gold accents to it. It's very subtle in the ones I'm using in this card, but I just thought that would tie in with that. So once I have all my pieces ready to go, I'm ready to glue everything together. I like to use a Barely Art glue, which is a liquid glue in a fine line bottle, so it works perfectly for assembling my cards. It also works great for adding the die cuts. I use an acrylic block on top of my cards while everything's drying. It keeps everything nice and flat and frees up my hands for working with other things. Now, the doily die, it's a little bit hard to get the die cut out of the doily, so I would suggest using some parchment or some die release paper between your cardstock and the die in order to make it release a little bit easier. There are holes to pierce through or to poke through, but they're in the center of the die, and with all of those little pieces around the outside, that cardstock really wanted to hold onto that die, so the release paper definitely helped a lot to make it a lot easier to remove. I have 2 die cuts here from the die cut pack, one with the 2 figures sitting on the moon and one with just the moon itself, and it's the same scale. So I thought I'd layer them together using some thin foam pop dots to give it a little bit of extra dimension and lay that right on top of the other moon die cut, layering it exactly so you don't see the other one underneath it, but it just gives it some visual dimension. Here is my somewhat finished card, and you could leave it at this point and not go further, but there's so many pretty embellishments in the embellishment pack. So I thought I'd use a couple of the gems. There are some red heart gems as well as some small gold round gems. So I used one heart one on top of the figures on the moon, and then I'm using some of the small round ones just on the background. I just kind of thought it maybe looked a little bit like stars, so I thought it would be a nice addition, and it catches the light really nicely. And once again, you could leave it at that spot, but there are some details on the die cut that almost make it look like the moon is sparkling, so I thought I'd add a little bit of stickles just to the outer edge of the moon just to help it really catch the light. I let that completely dry, and it really took it to the next level. It just added some subtle sparkle. It didn't add any color to it, but that's definitely a step that you could omit if you didn't want to do that. For my second card, I have a piece of the cranberry cardstock that is from the kit, trimmed to 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And this rose print is actually left over from my background from my first card. So it is 2 1/4 inches wide, and I just trimmed it to 5 1/4 inches in length to go on top of that cranberry cardstock. I took some of the ribbon from the embellishment pack, and I'm going to add a ribbon tie onto the side of the printed paper. I have some 1/8 inch double-sided tape here that's nice and strong, and I like to use it for adding ribbon to my cards. Liquid glue works great for adhering most things. It does not work great for liquid or for ribbon because it just seeps through that ribbon and then you can see it. So using a double-sided tape is the best option for that. I wanted to add a little tie there, so I did that separately. And in order to glue that onto my ribbon, you could use a small glue dot. I don't have one that's small enough, so I'm just making my own with a piece of that double-sided tape. Now, I actually used probably about twice as much as I really needed for that double-sided tape, but all you do is put it onto a non-stick surface and then rub that tape up and kind of create a little bit of a ball with it. And that just creates basically your own homemade glue dot. It works perfectly in a pinch. And I tilted my knot so that it was a little bit more visible on the card. Another add-on that I have from the Love from Lizi website are these peel-off strips. So I just chose a pack that had Christmas colors. I'm specifically looking for the silver and the gold because I think they make fantastic accents on cards. I chose the second smallest one to go right along the edge of that printed paper on the cranberry cardstock. And then I chose one of the smaller ones, or the smallest one, to go on the left-hand side. I just eyeball it. I don't worry about it if it's absolutely perfect. And typically when you eyeball it, most of the time you can get it fairly straight. These are really forgiving. So if you put it down and it's not quite straight enough, you can lift it up and then readjust it. Then I put another small one to the left side of it. I don't make sure that all 3 lines are exactly evenly placed. I deliberately made one line a little bit closer and one line a little bit farther. It's just a little bit more forgiving that way, but you still have those 3 lines, that gold detail that I think really takes it to the next level. It just accentuates the difference between the printed paper and the solid cardstock, and it adds that little bit of gold touch. Now I'm ready to glue that to my white A2 card base, and then I've picked a few more of the die cuts from the die cut pack to go onto the front of my card. So I chose one of the sentiments. It's a nice large sentiment. It says, "You're my favorite person." I chose the male figure. I chose the one with the blonde hair. Again, there's many different hair choices as well as many different skin tones, and I love the fact that there's that different selection. And then I chose one of the girls. She's got some pink hair. I thought it works really well with the colors in this card. And then kind of a box of chocolates with a bow that I thought it would be nice for her to carry. Again, not able to leave things well enough alone, I decided to add just a touch of stickles to the flowers in her hair. It's just going to give that extra little bit of texture to the card, as well as just a little bit of sparkle for the light to catch when you're tilting it. Then I set that aside to the dry while I'm working on my last card here. So for my last card, I chose another one of the prints from that printed paper pack. This one has a nice dark cranberry print. I cut that to 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and I chose one of the other prints that was from my first card. So this one here is 2 inches by 5 1/4 inches. It's just a great way to use up those scraps from that first card and just add a little bit of detail to this particular card. Those small leftover pieces from those 2 thin strips from that second card, I chose to put it alongside the join between the 2 colors, or the layers of colors, on the middle of the card. This could totally be omitted. I just thought it was a nice detail in the center, again adding a little bit of gold accents. This love heart die cut is from the kit, and I chose to cut it out of one of the printed papers from the printed paper pack. This is a white printed paper that has some gold hearts on it. They're pretty subtle, especially with the other printed papers in the back, but I just thought it was nicer than just using plain white paper. However, you could use the plain white cardstock and ink it with gold ink, just like the die cut on the first card. Now, when I tried to put it on the card base, I was trying to get the L and the V on the left side to be the teal color, the O and the E on the right side to be the red print. However, they're not really divided right down the center, so it was a little bit harder to do that. Now, after finishing that, I just thought it needed a little bit more of a frame around the card. So I chose more of those thin gold strips, adding them to the corners of the card, crisscrossing them in the corners. I chose not to do it around all four edges completely. I chose to just do the corners. However, you could easily go around all of the edges and frame that whole piece completely. The other thing I chose to do, because I didn't want to be a complete perfectionist, is I chose to make the lengths of those gold pieces different lengths for each side and each corner. You could easily, again, make sure that they're all the same length. I would just do it visually. Another option here, if you don't have those peel off strips, you could use a gold gel pen and a ruler to get the same type of look. The peel off strips are very, very forgiving and they're very easy to work with. You can even kind of create a curve with those peel off strips. Because the thin ones are so thin, I could even create a curve around, say, the outside or the heart for the heart die cut if I wanted to add those accents to it. So there's just a great way to really easily add some metallic accents to your cards. There was a little bit of that gold piece left over, so I just put it on the bottom left corner on the inside of the card. It's a very simple way to echo the detail on the front of the card. And again, you could take another strip and to put it on all four corners if you wanted. I opted to just use that little extra piece. And then I chose one of the sentiment stickers from the sticker sheet in the kit and added that to the inside of the card and chose one that was similar colors to the front of the card. Now, I decided to add some stickles around the outside of the heart. So I did it around the solid outline edge and then around the scallop outline edge. Again, it's just to add a little bit of extra sparkle. It doesn't add any color. However, you could choose one of the colored stickles or metallic stickles, like a gold one or the glisten one would be perfect. It just adds that bit of sparkle and gives a little bit of extra texture. I'm going to use the heart peel off sticker sheet from the kit and add a couple hearts inside my heart die cut. Now I fight with this first one a little bit. What I should have done was put the hearts on first and then do the stickles afterwards, because now I'm trying to put them on and avoid these stickles. I don't want to accidentally get my fingers on them, and because that's typically what I end up doing. I use a die pick to help put them down. So I put that sticker on the end of the die pick, place it where I want it to go, and then just press it down. And you can see those two smaller ones didn't fight with me nearly as much as that little bit larger one. So here is the finished card. These are all very, very simple cards, thanks to the printed papers as well as those printed pre-cut die cut images. They are perfect together. They coordinate beautifully and they make it really easy to assemble cards. And like I said before, I'm creating 3 cards here, but you can easily create a whole lot more with the kit. There's so much in each one of those kits. They are very generous and have a lot of different options. So you can really pick and choose which pieces you want to use. I also have a few cards that I'm creating with this same kit over on my own YouTube channel, just to give you a few more ideas with the kit and to show you in more detail what is actually in the kit. These are great for Valentine's Day, but I think they could be used throughout the year as well to send fun cards to family and friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you soon.